Now turn to another survivor from Mali, Bintou Foné Samake, who is delivering her statement on behalf of Fatoumata Cissé, a survivor from Mali. The idea here is to focus on violent extremism, sexual violence as a tactic in terrorism.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in all of your various ranks and titles, all protocol observed. It is with great bitterness that I address this august assembly today to transmit to you the voice of victims from sexual violence in Mali and to deliver the testimony of one of those in particular. Our ardent wish would have been that today this victim would be able to be here to tell you her story herself. But unfortunately, that victim did not have access to this rare manner in the form of an American visa. And today, she was asked to provide guarantees. What guarantees can this poor woman give on top of those provided by the United Nations system? Now, she is asking many questions that I am not able to answer. The questions that she is asking me and that I am unable to answer include, do the Americans not believe that I was raped? Are they hand in glove with our rapists? I gave all of the information I could to provide to get that visa. Are they going to give all of that information to the rapists? I am extremely afraid. One thing is certain. I know that she is not currently in a stable condition. The testimony that I am going to deliver is on behalf of Fatoumata Cissé. She says, I am 31 years old. I was born in Tombouctou region. I am the mother of 5 children. I am a Fulani mother. The 2005 crisis began when I was in Timbuktu. The jihadists came to where we were one day, where I lived with my husband and my children. We were abducted. The jihadists wanted to know where my husband was because he was a teacher. He had hid himself in the house because he was very afraid. He took advantage of a lapse in the jihadists' attention to climb the wall of our building and flee. Since that moment, I have not heard hide nor hair of him. Now alone with my children, I decided to return to Bamako to seek refuge with my sister. I took the bus. The day that I left, there were a lot of passengers on that bus. It was between 2 towns that our bus was attacked by jihadists in April 2012. They told everyone to get off the bus, all of the passengers. The men had their hands bound and they were taken far away under armed escort. And nobody has heard of them since then. the women were divided up among the different jihadist groups that had attacked the bus. I had a 4-month-old boy with me. They took him away. The jihadists then forced me into a vehicle accompanied by 2 motorcycles and took me to their base in the middle of the bush. I begged them with all of my strength to allow me to leave and find my child. They didn't let me. I was given to a jihadist who seemed to be the leader. He bound my feet, and I was held there for 2 weeks in the jihadist leader's tent, who raped me during that entire time. I was his sexual slave. After 15 days, they took me to the outskirts of the town of Gunam, gave me 15,000 francs to seek treatment. During the time I was in captivity, I noticed that the jihadist group prayed whenever a prayer was due, and they released my bindings as well so that I could pray with them. They spoke a dialect that I did not understand, and they communicated with me in French. Some of them spoke Tamashek, which I do understand. Often, the jihadists brought in women who were only 2 or 3, and they were also raped and then released. On the 5th of January 2013, a little boy was born out of that rape. I did not want him. I hated him with all of the strength I had, and I refused to breastfeed him. I had tried traditional methods of abortion to end the pregnancy unsuccessfully. The boy was born in Bamako. I had managed by then to seek refuge with my sister. A kind person, a pastor, learned about my child's existence and agreed to take the child in to educate him. He rebaptized the child Jérôme. I'm a Muslim, and yet my son was baptized Jérôme. I was able to bear all of this pain, and this frustration, this suffering, and this hatred of life thanks to the support of a women's NGO, the Wildaf Mali, and the support of this pastor who wanted very much to take my child in. I was given legal, material, and psychological support. I now feel very bad in my own skin. I still suffer from nightmares and heart palpitations. All of the things that I have been prescribed aren't working. I submitted a complaint through the Wildaf Mali because I want justice to be done, because I have suffered so much. I wanted to ask you if you could to follow this procedure and produce this procedure for access to justice for victims of sexual violence. Bring safety and security to our roads, because many women are no longer able to move about in safety, and they are raped and continue to be raped. Women are living with shame. Support reintegration activities from NGOs by granting professional vocational training subsidies for victims so that they can get training to support their socioeconomic reintegration. Strengthen the psychological health rehabilitation of victims, and provide shelters for victims so that they can emerge from the suffering they face living with many other people. My children's father is still missing. I am trading here and there to survive, and I also rely on the charity of charitable organizations and my sponsors. What I want to do now is to get treatment and to be trained to work in a kindergarten. I have a lot of children and I want to devote the rest of my life to them. Thank you.
Tatiana, Badra, Bintu, you are very brave people and you make the world a better place. We have a video now.